Attention, dear listeners. It's Libra here. This is your official spoiler warning for Peacemaker Season 2. We're diving into the madness, mayhem, and helmet-cracking twists that only this squad can deliver. If you haven't caught up yet, now's the time to walk away, before the spoilers hit harder than Eagly in attack mode.
Welcome to the League of Melanated Gentlemen podcast. I am Spencer, and I'm one of your hosts on this podcast that we do. And today I'm joined by the other two members of the League of Melanated Gentlemen to give you a review.
Yes, sir. This is Brandon.
And of course, I am Jordan.
Now, before we get to reviewing anything, we must first tell you about the places where you can reach us and contact us and tell us how you feel, what you think. And that is information that Jordan has for you right now.
Yeah, find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and we're at the League of Melanated Gentlemen. We have been considering changing the name, so about time this come out, it'll still be the same name, but just give people a heads up. But yeah, that's where you can find us at, of course, and don't forget to rate and review us on whatever streaming service you use, whether that be Spotify or Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, whatever they call it on the Apple side. That's where you can find us at. Schedule updates, of course, Mondays when the main episode drops. Hopefully, you check us out then. On Tuesdays, we have LMG Presents Marvel Multiverse RPG. That is the Marvel role playing game that we have here on the channel. And about time you hear this episode, the announcement for the giveaway will be, I guess, tomorrow, technically. So, yeah, be sure and check in for that. We've been uh, gaining some followers here, so we're trying to do a nice thing. And then, of course, on Wednesdays, we have Wrestling with Worldwide Willis. That is Brandon's wrestling podcast where he talks about the world of professional wrestling. And then bi-weekly as well, on Fridays, we have DC Animation with Spencer and Friends. Spencer, what's going on now?
So we have one episode left for the year. It will
Hey.
be Crisis on Justice League, Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3.
Yeah, that's he's at the end. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What a
Now,
time has been.
yeah, there will I will be taking a brief hiatus, and then there will be something for you 2026.
Hey.
So yeah, the people, they have a lot to listen to. There's how many movies is it? 72 movies?
I This will be episode 70.
Okay, 70. So once you're
It's
over with, people got a lot of content that they can go through. There's a lot of movies out there that they can go check out and
And
be sure and check
generally
out the episode.
speaking, if you have HBO or YouTube Premium, you have most of them.
yeah.
Like between
Yeah.
those two, there's that should cover a lot of it.
So yeah, there you have it. So that is everything we have here.
So, speaking of DC, today we will be reviewing some live action DC hotness. We will be reviewing Peacemaker Season 2. Hopefully, our AI gave you the spoiler warning, and we're just going to talk about what happens in Peacemaker Season 2. Now, this is like we are fully in James Gunn's DCU at this point. And there are definitely a couple of things that were like retconned a little bit.
Yeah.
So if you are an eagle-eyed viewer and you see what I did there,
Mm.
you probably noticed that some things may have changed between what you saw in the actual season 1 of Peacemaker and the recap that we were given for season 1 of Peacemaker. So, you know, we're just going to talk about it and we're just going to see what happens. We had 8 episodes. And before we actually start to talk about this, I have a question for the room. Uh, what are your thoughts on like the new world where we only get 8 to 10 episodes a season? How do you feel about it? What do you think? Where do you live on that?
You want to go
Ooh.
first, Brandon?
Yeah. For me, I don't mind it if it is an hour or 45 minutes. But when you start shorting me with 30 minutes, it's like, what are we, you know what I mean? What are we doing? But I think 45 to an hour now, it feels like I'm getting bang for my buck. It feels like we're being more efficient. But if it's 30 minutes, it's like, what was the point of making it? I do miss, as a person who loves sitcoms, who loves that medium, like I'm used to 20 episodes a season or things like that. So that I do miss those days, but yeah, it is kind of cool when you get a short period to catch up on, a short amount of episodes to catch up on.
I would say for me, if it's going to be 45 minutes to an hour, I love a solid 12, maybe even 11 to 14 episodes. Like maybe even 15. 13 is like my sweet spot. If it's going to be an hour long, I feel like you can give me enough episodes where you can tell a lot of story. If you want to do a filler episode or two episodes, you can also have time for that. So like that's my sweet spot for like 45 minutes to an hour. Now, if it's a 26-minute, type episode or 30-minute episode, I mean, give me 26 episodes. I'm used to anime where I'm getting 26 episodes a season. I can lock in for that long. But also I know that's not everyone and that could just be me. So, but I guess also it's weird because if it's animated, yeah, give me 26 episodes. Maybe if it's live action, maybe give me 15, 18 episodes. That's where I'll settle at. Live action, 30-minute shows, 15 to 18. Animated, give me 20 to 26 episodes. Live action, hour long, give me 11 to 15 episodes. What you think,
Okay.
Spencer?
So y'all don't like so y'all are not a fan of 8 really at all. Like
There's not enough time.
because 8 feels like a mini series.
Yeah, like every episode has to hit.
Yeah, it's tough. You're competing with like Game of Thrones level expectations because it's like Game of Thrones is like 10, I think, 8 to 10, and like every episode hit. You know what I mean? Whereas you can't really have filler episodes with 8. Where you like George
No,
said,
not at all.
yeah, when you're getting in the 12 range, it's like, oh, okay, that was a transition episode to get us from here to here. That's
Yeah, that's what
cool.
I'll say. Yes,
Yeah,
you have enough time to do that type of stuff.
right.
Okay. Okay. Um, being completely honest, I want to hate it, but because there are so many shows,
Yeah,
I think that's why it doesn't bother me. Because I complain that there are too many shows all the time, and it's like, oh no, what a problem. But
yeah,
also it's kind of like stupid how many shows there are. And because there are so many shows, I think them being shorter makes it a lot easier to digest multiple shows.
yeah,
Because honestly, if the shows, with the number of shows that there are, if the shows were longer, I'd never get anything done.
yeah,
Because, but also, like, I think that's the thing. Like, while I'm kind of glad that we are in the situation we're in because if I'm going to binge a show, I want a lot of episodes. And since that's how they used to do things, I
yeah,
can binge older shows that did it that way.
yeah.
But if I have to do week to week, then I don't want to be here for 3 months.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I, yeah, like I'm somewhere in the middle. It's weird because I want it to be longer, but then I don't.
Yeah.
But that's more for convenience than like actual me wanting to see the show. But I will say if we are talking about less than 45-minute episodes, then you need to be in double digits.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing with 6 38-minute episodes?
Yeah.
Like that and that's like it's 8 minutes worth of credits these days.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
So really you're giving me 30 minutes and 27 seconds of actual show.
Yeah.
And you're only giving me 8 episodes of that? Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we're talking like if I want I want more episodes if they're shorter episodes. And what's funny is it seems like miniseries are the ones that will have short episodes and a short number of episodes. And it's
Yeah.
like this could have been a movie, but y'all
Hmm.
just okay, whatever. That's fine. So, yeah, I think that as much as I want more episodes in shows, I don't want more episodes in shows.
Yeah, I'm kind of good.
No, no. What about animated shows though? Is that the same thing?
Animated shows are almost always 23 minutes. And so, yeah, I'm gonna need at least a double digit number.
Okay.
Um, and that's, yeah, I guess it depends. Because, like, with Marvel animation, good. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine if we don't have that many, but yeah, like a proper animated show, yeah. I would like 13 on the low end.
Hmm.
But yeah. So, this season is 8 episodes that were in the 45-minute range. So, episode 1, The Ties That Grind. We open on a snowy evening. Peacemaker. Oh, I'm going to read a synopsis in my own words and then we're going to talk about it. I don't know if I said that. But if you've been here for a review, you know that's how this works. I read a synopsis in my own words and then we talk about it. That's the formula. We're gonna go episode by episode. You've probably been here before, and if you haven't, thank you for being here. If you have, thank you for being here. We love all of you. But we open on a snowy evening. Peacemaker goes into his Monsters Inc. door and finds an alternate world where his dad is alive. 6 months later, Adebayo takes Peacemaker to a job interview for the Justice Gang, which doesn't go super great. Harcourt is also having trouble finding a job because she's been blackballed by Amanda Waller. Peacemaker and Harcourt have a tense conversation, and Peacemaker decides to host an orgy. During the orgy, Economos is spying on Peacemaker for Argus under the direction of Rick Flag Sr., and Peacemaker goes back into the Monster Inc. door. He goes to the world where he saw his dad and comes across his brother Keith. The family start, just telling stories, having a good time, and Harcourt goes looking for a bar fight because she has toxic masculinity. Economos tells Adebayo about the Monsters Inc. door, and Peacemaker finds his counterpart, and they end up fighting, resulting in Peacemaker killing his counterpart. And that's the episode.
Good work. Good work.
I really try to keep TV show episodes tight
Yeah.
because if I do like my movie synopsis, we're gonna be here for a minute. So I just try to go over the big points. So we did y'all get the Monsters Inc. door vibe? Because that's what it was, in my opinion. It was a Monsters Inc. door.
I didn't think about it, but that's a good reference.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good reference.
So we see that Peacemaker goes in there and he accidentally finds a door, and his dad is like, "Hey, what you
Yeah.
doing?" And he was like, "Oh shit." And we see that it's 6 months later, and Adebayo and Peacemaker, they're still kicking it.
Right.
And she's taking him to a job interview, essentially, with the Justice Gang. We all know the Justice Gang.
Superman.
We met them in Superman. So it is very clear that, again, this is the DCU. This is James Gunn's universe. It is all connected. And so during that interview, there's some, microphone mishaps.
Hmm.
They are under the impression that the microphone is off when in fact it is on.
So I thought they were doing it on purpose at first, but
Mm.
then they really did it by accident, which is crazy.
No, when I saw him flipping the mic, I was like, oh, they don't think that he can hear them.
I thought
That
they were doing
was
it on purpose, like they didn't care it was Peacemaker. And yeah, come to find out they didn't even realize it.
Yeah, I assumed it was incompetence and that like they
yeah.
they really thought that the mic was off.
That was messed up. Some of the stuff they were
Yeah,
saying.
that's tough to hear in an interview.
Right.
Imagine that you hear that in real life. Like that's crazy.
And
Cooked.
it was very James Gunn with all of the things that were being said.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And then yeah, like the bunny girl who ran out,
Mm-hmm.
like it should have been like, oh, it's it's not good.
Right.
And so yeah, they're just talking so much shit about him. And he's eventually like, am I supposed to be able to hear you? And like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to hear everything.
Can you hear me now? Yes. And can you hear me now? Yes. You called me violent and yeah. It was rough. But yeah. So we also see that Harcourt is, struggling to find work.
Struggling.
She's I guess meeting with the NSA and they're like, "You have toxic masculinity." And she's like, "What the fuck did you just say to me?" So I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, she definitely does.
She absolutely does.
Yeah. 100%.
And yeah, she is not able to get a job with any intelligence agency because Amanda Waller decided, nah, on my way out, you not getting shit.
Yeah.
Like just blackballed. So Peacemaker goes to Harcourt's apartment and, he sees that she's got a bunch of past due bills because she can't find a job. And they have a pretty tense conversation. And we see this conversation happen a few times across the show.
Yeah.
But this is the first time that they're having this conversation. At first they were kind of, connecting on the fact that both of them are, so unemployed. But um eventually she kind of hurts his feelings. So he decides to go home and have a fucking party.
Man,
Yeah.
was not ready. No, I was not ready for all that.
I didn't even. Episode
I
one was crazy.
Yeah, I was like, okay, James Gunn.
Yeah.
I should have
Very
known.
James Gunn. Yeah, I should know. Yep.
Should have known. Because yeah, there were a bunch of, as far as we know, just strangers in his house fucking. And yeah,
There's a lot.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
he's
yeah.
he's in there getting drunk, and at least he's only getting drunk. But he, decides to explore the other world. But before that happens, we see Economos is outside spying on him, and they say to him like, "Hey, uh, you know, see what's going on in there." And, he's on the mic like, "Anything weird going on?" And he's like, "Well, I mean, there's an orgy happening.
Right. Yeah.
So what do you mean by weird?"
Yeah, I
And
wonder how like what that was like to be on that set.
the orgy
Like
set,
that. Yeah, like that is absolutely crazy.
I imagine that it's just a matter of finding actors and actresses who are comfortable doing that scene.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it gotta be because yeah, that was crazy.
It was crazy.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. Uh, it was, yeah, there's a lot of naked bodies in there.
Yeah.
And I kind of wonder if James Gunn said to John Cena, like, "Hey, are you willing to be naked on screen?" And John Cena was like, "I
Yeah.
don't know about that."
Yeah.
It's like, that's perfectly fine. We'll have naked people around you. It's not an issue.
Yeah.
But
Because he didn't take off anything.
nah, he
Yeah.
was just there while
Yep.
the orgy was happening.
Don't
And
you end up seeing, don't you end up seeing his butt or something, or is that?
That
Or
was the
I'm
last
thinking.
season, I think.
Oh, okay, that was last season. Okay,
I think.
I also think, like, that sounds right. I don't
Yeah.
think that we saw that in this episode
Yeah.
or season
okay.
for that matter. But yeah, so um yeah, Economos is like, I mean, it's a fucking orgy, and then takes a picture of him in the Monsters Inc. door. And we know that Economos is still trying to protect Peacemaker, even though he is working for Argus. And Rick Flag immediately is like, I don't trust him. Which,
Yeah.
yeah, that was the right choice.
Hmm.
And so Peacemaker goes through the door, and while he's in there, he ends up on the earth where he saw his dad, and he's just looking around, being nosy, and Keith shows up. Now, whenever we saw headlights, I was like, oh shit, it's going to be Peacemaker's doppelganger.
Yeah,
But then when it ended up being his brother, I was like, oh, I should have known that.
yeah, that was tough.
Yeah. And
That, I
so,
mean, that would be, you see like a dead relative in this
Hmm.
alternate universe. Yeah.
yeah. And yeah, he is shooketh. And then, they're just telling stories like it's normal. Like, hey, remember the time when? And yeah, he's just, you can only imagine what's going through Peacemaker's mind in this moment.
Right.
On top of that, he's in a very drunken haze. Like,
Hmm.
he's the kind of drunk where he don't remember shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, he's one beer away from blacking out.
Yeah.
And so we see Harcourt make her way to a bar. And, of course, some of the men folk are trying to talk to her, and she starts roasting them.
Yeah.
And she starts to get violent. And they beat her ass and
She was
throw
holding
her
on.
out.
She was holding on at first, but yeah, they
Yeah.
got her.
Yeah. She was doing all right whenever they were just going at her one at a time, but then they jumped her.
Yeah.
And yeah, at one point I feel like somebody was like, just leave, bitch.
No, they
And
was. Yeah.
and she just kept being violent. And so yeah, like they beat her ass and threw her out. And I was like, well,
They stomped her out.
yeah,
No, no, they really did stomp her out though.
she
Yeah.
earned it. That's what she wanted. That's what she came for.
Yeah.
And so Economos goes to Adebayo's house and is like, hey, did you know about this shit? And she's like, no, I had no. What am I even looking at? Like, what is this? And so he explains it to her. And then Peacemaker is, just on the other Earth. And his counterpart finds him and has just a desert eagle at the back of his head, like the long barrel.
Yeah.
And they start fighting, of course. And unfortunately, our Peacemaker is forced to kill the other Peacemaker.
Yep.
So, um, one of the things that definitely did happen in this episode that whenever you're watching them week to week, you may not have remembered happening is when Rick Flag was watching the TV, they were saying on there that metahumans were escaping from Bel Rev. And
Uh,
of course, we know why that's an issue later.
I definitely did not catch that then.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So yeah,
I
like
see what you're saying.
whenever we first see Rick Flag in the office, he's watching the news say, escaped convicts. Uh, and so yeah, like we since we see him watching that and then we see his motivations later, like those two connect. So they let us know pretty early, or they're dropping breadcrumbs, they're dropping seeds for us to get to what happens at the end.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
So yeah. What did we think of the first episode?
Jordan.
I ain't gonna lie. It was a little, I guess you try to get back in it, but I was like, I wasn't super impressed. After I watched episode one, it took me a while to even get to episode two and three again because I was like, ah, all right, I guess we'll see what's going on here. It really didn't want to bring me really back into the world. I thought it was pretty cool to see the Justice Gang. And also, I don't, did we mention how they changed the very beginning?
Yes.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay, yeah.
Like I I
Yeah.
talked about how they retconned the flashback.
Oh, yes, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Episode one, it was fine. It didn't make me actually want to keep watching it. It was only okay, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought similarly. I thought it definitely it didn't grab you like season one, episode one was, but I mean, kind of
Yeah.
different. That was like the pilot. This is kind of a start of a new story with the same characters. Um, yeah. I mean, we'll continue to talk about it, but it felt kind of flat a little bit. They tried to make some shocking moments, but you know, and we'll also talk about like the jokes and the comedy, the execution of the comedy throughout this season. But yeah, it was definitely some jokes out there that it was just like, oh, that's not hitting at all. But you know,
Well, this first episode grabbed me because
mm-hmm.
whenever, like, I wondered what we were gonna get from the Monsters Inc. doors. Like, it really made me wonder, okay, A, what all kind of worlds are we gonna see?
Yeah,
And B, what's gonna happen in the world that his brother and dad are in? Because I know he's gonna go back,
yeah,
especially now that Peacemaker's dead. Like he's gonna go back.
yeah.
So I think that's the part I was more interested in is what worlds we're gonna see behind the Monsters Inc. door.
Mm.
So that's what had me interested was the overwhelming possibilities
Huh.
that could come
I did.
from that.
The doors were interesting. That was definitely an interesting part.
So okay.
Yeah, I feel like they should have played a little bit more with those doors.
And I think that in that last episode they were doing a little bit of that, but also they couldn't go too far.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll talk about it. So, episode 2, a man is only as good as his bird. We opened 8 months ago with Rick Flag being appointed the head of Argus. Rick Flag asks for the files with the death of his son. After reading that Peacemaker killed him, he puts 24/7 surveillance on Peacemaker. In today's time, Peacemaker attempts to hide the body of his counterpart and calls Vigilante for assistance. Adebayo has a tough conversation with Key, and Economos is given a handler in Agent Flurry, who has bird blindness. Adebayo lets Peacemaker know that Rick Flag is monitoring him, and after Peacemaker leaves his house to go to a party with the squad, Agent Flurry and a unit break into Peacemaker's house. They are attacked by Eagly, and Harcourt refuses to open up to Peacemaker, and so he decides to get drunk and go to the other world and text that Amelia. So, so that there's no confusion, I will be referring to ours as Harcourt and the other one as Amelia.
Got it.
So, episode 2.
Yeah.
I think that the introduction of Tim Meadows was great.
I ain't gonna
He
lie, he
was
had me
funny.
laughing. Yeah, the bird blindness, all
What?
that stuff got me. I ain't
He
gonna lie,
was
that was
funny.
funny.
Y'all like that?
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought he was funny in this.
He's like, I don't know if this was this episode or next episode, but he's like, dude, he told me it was a duck. He's like, I
That
never
was
said it was
next
a duck.
episode.
Okay, yeah, that had me like,
Bro, that was the dumbest joke in history.
no
Bird
way,
blindness?
that was good, bro.
I was
That
like,
was good.
bro.
Well, that's the thing. I think it was so stupid that it was funny. Like, it was
Yeah.
one of those, at least in my opinion.
He's like, he told me it was a duck.
This felt like
because he was like, "Who's the parrot?
Yeah.
The what?" And he's like, "Oh, obviously you didn't read my dossier. I have bird blindness. All
Yeah,
birds look the same to me." I was like, "That's so fucking stupid."
that's what got me. It was so stupid.
It was so stupid.
bro, I think yeah, it took me out of it. I was just like, this is the dumbest. And it was a bit that just kept like they said,
Bro, it was a good bit.
and it was just kept going. I'm just like, this is stupid. This isn't good enough to just sit here for 10 minutes with. It's just not.
Oh yeah, it was, bro. It was
No,
good.
it wasn't.
I thought it was good.
That was dumb as hell. That was one of the worst jokes of the season. It was
And then he kept calling
Oh, yeah, the nicknames. The
yeah, he kept calling
nicknames were
everybody nicknames.
hilarious. Yeah, like Ginger Cool.
Bro, he kept calling everybody a nickname. Like that was pretty good.
Bro,
Yeah.
I gotta stop.
And the problem is, her name is Titties. I don't know what her name is, but her name is Titties.
Bro.
To the point, later, Harcourt calls her Titties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Uh, we see that Rick Flag is appointed the head of Argus, and he immediately asks for the file on his son because he needs to know what happened to him.
Yeah.
And it's detailed. Like it goes over exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And so he says, I need you to put 24-hour surveillance on Peacemaker. And then we see the Peacemaker is really trying to get rid of the body that was, all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And this is a question I forgot to ask, so apologies. Um, how do we feel about the intro and the song?
Not as good as the first season.
Nah, it was solid, but not as good as first season.
I
Yeah,
agree. In the first season, I was not skipping the intro. In this season, I
same,
was.
I did exactly.
same.
Like I skip the intro every time. In this, I watched it the first time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Julian, and then yeah, I was like, I think I'm good.
Yeah. Same.
I
I was
only
like,
needed it once.
I'm good on this.
So yeah, definitely not the banger from the first season.
Nope.
So we see him trying to, hide this body, and it's not working.
Hmm.
And I'm kind of thinking, I remember the very first episode you saw that alien put like a fucking cat in an incinerator.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention when we first saw the alien. I thought that was the same alien from the Superman universe that was like driving or was like flying a little car thing. Wasn't those aliens that was flying? In
Flying car thing.
Superman when they were like in the in between world or whatever they were at. Wasn't it some aliens that was driving that cart? Wasn't that an alien?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't remember
I
this.
thought we saw the alien or something before, but I don't
Oh,
think.
okay, gotcha.
Very possible, but I don't remember. That
Okay,
if that is true and like you caught that, that's a good memory because that alien that sounds like it could be true, but I don't have it.
that's fine. Yeah.
So we see that he's trying to hide the body, and then he calls Vigilante and is like, "Hey, I need your help." Um, we see that Adebayo and her, I guess, ex-wife. I don't know if they're still married, but
Hmm.
yeah, it's very turbulent,
It is.
their situation, which is understandable.
Yeah.
And we see that Rick Flag is like, "Hey, I don't trust Economos. Put somebody with him
Yeah.
that we can trust." And yeah, that's where we get Tim Meadows, who is just a bag of personality.
Bro, he was it was just some stuff he was saying. I'm like, bro, this is not this ain't hidden for me. I don't know.
It hit for me.
Bro, he was roasting. He's like, he said that dude looked like he caught all the Pokemon. Like he just kept saying stuff that would be funny. Like he talked
Yeah,
about him actually going out to parties and stuff in college and girls suck his dick and stuff. Like he was saying some good stuff.
yeah, like stuff that felt like I feel like they just let him talk.
Yeah, if
They
all
didn't give
felt,
him lines.
yeah, definitely
Like they just let him
improvised.
freestyle that, and yeah, like those are conversations he's heard people have in real life.
Yeah, 100%.
And I was like, yeah, this is so dumb, and it's great. Like I enjoyed him,
Yeah,
and it was interesting because they lead you to believe he's a piece of shit, and then later we find out like, oh no, he's actually
yeah.
a pretty okay dude.
There's a little bit of story arc. Yeah,
Yeah. So we see that Adebayo meets with Peacemaker. She goes to his house while they're spying on him, and he starts. It's like, "Oh, Economos, are you bothered that I'm objectifying your friend?"
yeah.
Because yeah, he said, "Who's the fox?"
He was the funny parts was when he was talking about women, unfortunately. But yeah,
All of it was, okay, all of it was funny, but um, she tells him, "Hey, just so you know, Rick Flag is monitoring you. What the fuck is up with that door, Chris?"
yeah,
And he tells her about that, and then we see that Rick Flag says, "Hey, I need you to bust into his house and see what this anomaly was. I don't want Economos to know about it. Keep him in the dark." So they wait for Chris to leave, and then they, Flurry gets a unit together to bust into his house. And they are attacked by Eagly,
I'm
who
going to say right now,
kind of fucks them up.
Eagly, the Eagly stuff, it kept me. Like the Eagly stuff was good. That episode,
Hmm.
that I thought the episode that was centered around Eagly, like his whole subplot was a good subplot.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
don't know if you did, Brandon, if you did not like that, I don't know how you did not like that.
I'll be honest. I didn't think you would like
No, that was a good subplot. Like it kept me laughing because like especially the slow motion walk that Eagly kept doing, and he does it in this episode too,
it.
like the little slow motion walk with the camera
Yeah,
shot right in front of him. Like I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of good.
gotcha.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Uh Again, his bird blindness is his downfall in this situation. And um while Peacemaker and the squad are up on the rooftop, Peacemaker again tries to have a conversation with Harcourt, tries to get her to open up, and she says to him like, "I'm not as fucked up as you are."
Yeah,
And so he's like, "Okay, fine. I'm going to drink some more."
yeah,
So yeah, he is drinking to, like, that's his prescription for the pain that he's always in behind trying to get Amelia, or trying to get Harcourt to open up.
yeah,
And so he decides, because he saw a picture of him and, like, he saw his counterpart and Amelia together in a picture in his room on the other Earth. So he's like, I'll just hit her up.
yeah.
See what she talking about. She'll be nicer to me, obviously. And so yeah, he's got his doppelganger's phone, so he's like, yeah, I'm gonna just go over there. Like
Yeah.
every time he gets drunk, he figures, yeah, I'll just go over there to feel better. So, what do we think of episode 2?
I enjoyed it more than episode one, I will say,
Okay.
but it also at this point too, like I'm still not fully committed to it yet, but I love seeing Julian. I love the stuff with Eagly, and I love Tim Meadows' character. But again, like I'm still not fully committed to the show yet at this point.
You
And it's still
listening to
gonna be a
who?
while before was it Tim Meadows?
Yeah, Flurry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I couldn't remember his name.
Well, you said Julian, and Julian is in the theme song, but I'm like, who is Julian?
Oh, not Julian. What's the sidekick name?
Oh, Vigilante, Adrian.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Adrian, okay. I don't
Now,
know why I thought his
Adrian's
name was Julian.
stuff was like, whenever Adrian was like, quizzing me on crocodile facts or whatever,
Yeah.
that's where I was like, all right, I don't need that.
Yeah.
See,
I like that character though.
Oh,
The
I
character's
like
dope.
him. And yeah, like, oh, he's so fucking stupid, but he's
yeah.
so good.
His is. I find his a little more his like timing and all this stuff. I find him a little more funny just because it's obviously a dude who just doesn't get on social cues, doesn't catch little stuff like that. You know.
Bro, he was mad he didn't get invited to the party, which I will say, I understand.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was not happy about that.
Yeah, he
Right.
was like, all these hotties are here, and you
Yeah.
didn't invite your best friend. So yeah, I understand why he was mad about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
You know
George,
what? I got a super inappropriate question.
okay.
Right.
If
That's
you
what we're
go
here
to a
for.
party, if you go to a party like this, right, and you bust, do you leave? Like, because then I'll be like, what am I here for now?
So I've talked about this, I think, on the podcast at some point. I don't know orgy etiquette.
Yeah, like, if I leave? Do I stay? Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
I
Yeah, I
don't
don't know.
either. Because
Don't know.
that was a full-fledged or like there were so many bodies in the house.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if I tap out the first 5 minutes and then I'm
And
like, damn.
and then there were some dudes that were like self-serving while other people were,
Yeah.
doing stuff. And
Now, the
so yeah,
self-serve at a party like that is wild.
agreed. But some people just like to be observers as opposed to I don't know. Um I would never find myself in that situation to know how
Same.
to handle that.
Right.
Listeners, if you know orgy etiquette, you know where you can let us know what you're
Mm,
supposed to do in that situation.
But I'm saying, bro, like, if you leave, is that rude to leave, or are you supposed to stay the whole time?
I assume you stay the whole time because they woke up and everybody was just there asleep.
right.
And I imagine that people are under an influence, and so they may not be able to get themselves home.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah.
I assume everybody Ubered there because there didn't seem to be a lot of cars
Yeah.
during this
Also, like, what
orgy.
happens if you lose your clothes?
I mean, your clothes should be somewhere in the house.
That's what I'm saying. But what somebody take them because they thought it was theirs?
I guess you wear their
Oh,
clothes.
yeah, it's I don't know. It's a lot of questions that I have
Yeah,
there.
like who taking your clothes, bro?
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like,
you
y'all
should
ain't
know
never
what you
like
wore here.
somebody ain't never just accidentally took your clothes or nothing. But I used to steal my homeboy shorts, basketball shorts all the time, especially days I had some Jordan basketball shorts. Them must come home with me,
Yeah,
even though I
you
lived down the
stole them. You
street.
didn't
Crazy.
accidentally steal
That's a good point too.
them.
And yeah, so again, I don't know orgy etiquette,
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. All right.
but I would imagine it's not the type of party where you leave. Like it felt like a spend the night party.
yeah. You got locked in. Feel like
So what I guess you're supposed to do, if I again, this is just using context clues, you go get you a Gatorade
Try to get back in the game, huh?
and you try to see
they could take a
if you
timeout.
can
Oh, maybe that's what the self-serve brothers was doing.
trying to get themselves back in the game.
Yeah, maybe that's what that was.
Okay. Because I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I don't know. There were some people that were just dancing naked. Like, there were some people that were not, being penetrated right then. So there were some people that were just literally in their vibe and having a good time. So maybe you just take a dance break.
Okay,
Bro,
I gotcha.
it's too late for these type of questions, bro. I'm too. He said penetrated.
There was penetration
I
happening.
know, but it was just the way.
People. Some people was in there. If you look at the scene, like they've been used as tables.
Yeah, like
Like
there were
I'm
there
like
were people in
crazy
there fucking.
on top of another body. I'm
Yeah,
like, bro,
yeah.
that's a table out
There
here.
was there was a 3-person
Yeah,
Holla.
situation in there.
Okay.
but okay, all right.
Any more orgy questions before we move on?
No, but I'm sure if I ever met somebody in real life, I got a whole bunch of questions.
Okay. Yeah. Again, listener, if you are experienced in orgy etiquette, you can let us know the answers to these questions. The people probably want to know.
You might have to DM us on Instagram because we can't just be having that. And
Yeah, don't do that on
You do
that.
what you want. If that's what you're about
No, no.
and you're good with that's fine. You be free. We're not judging you here.
We
well,
absolutely are judging.
we're gonna have people leaving the Facebook group. They start seeing all this crazy stuff. So yeah, you got to DM us.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you go have our wall.
Yeah,
Our
Live your
Facebook
truth.
group just
that's a private conversation, not a public
yeah.
conversation.
Okay. That's fine. Um, I understand why we don't want that to be public.
hmm
Yeah.
Although we do have the rated E for everyone on our episodes.
True.
So, anyway, episode 3. Another Rick up my sleeve. I don't love these puns, but that's fine. Uh, we opened 3 years ago. Harcourt and Rick Flag Jr. have been fucking. In today time, Peacemaker wakes up on the other Earth and meets with Amelia at Argus. Adebayo tries to convince Harcourt to actually, have a conversation with Peacemaker and get with him, but of course she's not having it. Over on the other Earth, Peacemaker meets Amelia and starts to see some things in this world, like Rick Flag Jr. is alive, and Peacemaker, is regarded as a hero in this world. Their conversation is interrupted by the Sons of Liberty, who are about to destroy a building. Peacemaker is able to get into the building, kill the Sons of Liberty, and stop the bomb. Sasha puts together a team to kill Eagly and bring Peacemaker into custody. After a conversation with Keith, Peacemaker then returns to his own world. That's episode 3.
Like it.
So, are you locked in at this point yet?
I am still not completely locked in
I
yet.
am not either. Yeah.
Okay.
I know the exact moment
Where you get locked in?
where I'm like, I was locked in, but the moment where it was like, oh, like the meme where you sit back in your chair and you lean up and get serious. That's how that moment did for me.
Okay. Okay. So we're
Yeah,
not there
I
yet.
honestly feel like we didn't get a ton in this episode. Like, of course, we found out more about their relationship really in this episode, but like outside of that, nothing too much more happened in my opinion to like push the narrative kind of forward. I mean, you just see he's a hero and they work on their relationship.
I
But
disagree. I think that this episode did a lot of heavy lifting in the Peacemaker thinks that this is where he belongs. Like, I think that this
Mm,
episode acted as the episode where Peacemaker was going to make the decision, like, okay, I'm going to live here now.
gotcha.
mhm.
I think that's what this episode did. So, first, we see that Harcourt and Rick Flag Jr. were, in an intimate relationship,
Hmm.
which was interesting. And, of course, we didn't expect that because we knew that he was in love with the Enchantress. Or was he because, the
Such a deep reference,
yeah,
like
like
that they
but
made.
yeah, like what is and isn't canon, I guess.
Right.
Like what did James Gunn keep and not keep? So yeah, and he mentions like, yeah, if I break up with her, she may, blow a hole in the earth.
Yeah.
So let me not do that. But we go over to today time and Peacemaker wakes up and Keith is like, dude, it's really late. You been drinking again? Is it only drinking? And he's like, well, of course it's only drinking. So we know that their Peacemaker be on some other shit.
Yep.
And uh we see that he is supposed to meet Amelia at Argus, and he's gotta get there pretty quickly. And he's like, pop quiz, where does Amelia work?
Yeah, he's like, "What are you doing? Like, what are you talking about?"
Like yeah, like he was so confused. Like, why are you being weird?
That was funny.
And yeah, just take the peace cycle.
Right.
That's the right answer. He takes the peace cycle and he sees that people love him. Some girl shows her his titties, shows him her titties. But yeah, he's regarded as a hero, and he's got a really interesting wardrobe. So, we're learning a little bit about this particular Peacemaker. But
Yep.
um, everybody wakes up from their hangover because they were just drinking, having a good old time, and Adebayo's talking to Harcourt and is like, you know that Chris loves you, right? And she's like, yeah, I know, but he's goofy, right? And she's like, well, I mean, yeah, but he's also a
Right.
good dude. So,
Yeah, she was playing hard, like she was in denial, kind of the whole
Oh yeah, big
season,
time,
but especially this episode.
dude. Sometimes I almost think Adebayo's like was in love with him, but I think she's just like, no, Chris is just like a really good friend because like she doesn't even call him Peacemaker; she just calls him Chris.
yeah, like I think that it's a genuine like best friend
Friendship,
situation.
yeah,
And
because
that's
she
one
was
of
definitely on his side.
yeah, I loved her in this.
I did
Um
too.
she is an excellent like made up character.
She is.
Because as far as I understand, she does not exist in DC.
So Amanda
I
Waller doesn't have a kid in DC.
I
That is,
haven't seen it, or they've never highlighted it.
yeah, like Amanda Waller. Like we don't know much about Amanda Waller,
Yeah.
but yeah, like I've never seen that she has children or any of that. And so
Yeah.
yeah, I believe, and again, this may not be a fact, but I'm pretty sure that this show made her up. Like she
Wouldn't
is
surprise me.
new to this show because Vigilante Adrian Chase exists in a couple other forms. Um, I don't know about Harcourt, but
You know, I just looked up Amanda Waller. I did not know she's really a new character. Like she came out in 2011. She was created in 2011.
no, she was not. She's been around way longer than that.
Oh, well, what is this talking about? Oh, wait. Prime Earth? Amanda Water Prime Earth. I don't know what that means. Never mind. Just ignore me,
Yeah,
I
it
guess.
might be talking about a different Earth Amanda Waller then.
It may be talking about thin Amanda Waller, but heavy Amanda Waller been around for a while.
Amanda Waller's yeah, because she was in the animated series.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Amanda Waller has been around for a good while.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Huh.
I mean,
Oh,
I guess
since
relatively
19, well, it says 1986. I don't know what the Prime Earth Amanda Waller is in.
where.
Uh, you can listen to the episode of DC Animation with Spencer and Friends that comes out, and that will make sense.
Hmm,
Hmm. Okay.
yeah, uh, Spencer, I agree though. She was great in this series and in this episode. I feel like every time she was in a scene, Amanda Waller's daughter, like I was more interested when she was in scenes.
Yes, I agree. So, yeah, she's great. We love her.
Yeah.
But she's trying to, say to Harcourt, like, hey, y'all should be together.
Hmm.
And he's a good dude. So we see that Peacemaker meets Amelia, and things are a little different. She's very clearly a different person.
Yep.
She's wearing a dress, and we see that Rick Flag is alive, and Peacemaker's like, hey, Rick, how you doing?
Hmm.
And Rick is very uncomfortable
Yeah.
with them talking, and that scene was kind of funny.
That was funny. That was also kind of creepy in the fact that like he was doing way too much.
Way too much.
Yeah.
But that was the point. Like
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
supposed to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, he looked stressed out.
Yeah. And so, they talk, and basically he's saying, I think I'm a better person. And she's like, well, that seems to be the case because, again, we're learning that the Peacemaker that existed on this earth was a terrible dude.
Yeah.
And then their conversation gets interrupted by the Sons of Liberty. Now, what's funny about the Sons of Liberty is that they are usually the opposite
Yes.
of what they are here. And we
Hmm.
don't know that yet.
Right.
We kind of know them as a right-wing terrorist group.
Right.
Like
Oh, really?
that's how the Sons of Liberty function in, usually in DC is that they are, the white supremacist homegrown terrorist organization.
Proud Boys of,
Yeah,
you know what I
very
mean?
local, like, yeah, they
Yeah.
insurrection type dudes.
Yeah.
And so the fact that we see them doing this, we're like, oh, okay. We don't know what the situation is yet,
Yeah.
but we are led to believe that these are bad people who are, you know, on the wrong side of things
Hmm.
because that's usually the case. So Peacemaker is able to handle it. Like he gets in the building, he is able to kill all of them. He's able to defuse the bomb, and everybody's saved. He's a hero.
Yeah.
And we see that Sasha is putting together a squad to handle this whole situation. And that's where we get the you told me it was a duck. He's like, I never said it was a duck.
Right,
You're
He
that
taking
was
advantage of
hilarious.
my bird blindness. Is it funny? Yeah. It's hilarious. But yeah,
he
the
was so
fact that he was
sincere.
calling it a disability, and yeah, like it was ridiculous. But it was
So wait,
funny.
are any of these other characters like the Bird Hunter dude? Is that a real DC or even Tim Meadows character? Are they real characters?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Or
Doesn't
if
feel like it.
they are really, really deep in the bag.
Yeah.
And
What about oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't think there's a reason to have pulled actual characters for those roles.
Okay. I think, and I might have asked this last time we reviewed Peacemaker, but like the little short Hispanic dude, is he a real character?
Hispanic?
The what's his name? Judo master.
Judo Master is Asian.
Yeah.
And
Was he Asian?
yes, he says that he's Vietnamese in the show.
Oh, okay. I must not remember that then. Okay.
Um, But yes, Judo Master is a real character. Judo Master is usually very different looking.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Judo Master is usually like a pretty strong white blonde dude, like more like an Eddie Brock physically.
Okay.
But yeah, this Judo Master again, very different than we usually see Judo Master. Um, but yeah,
That dude's always eating hot Cheetos, bro.
always.
Bro, his steering wheel, we'll talk about it later, but it's hot. It's a flame. I'm like, what?
Sasha Bordeaux is a DC character. Um, and I think that Sasha Bordeaux is usually associated with Checkmate, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But yeah, um, Sasha Bordeaux is a real character. I don't think Tim Meadows is, and I don't think that the Eagle Hunter is.
Okay.
Oh, Eagle Hunter. Yeah.
But yeah, we see that dude, and that's just ridiculous. And of course, it's Yondu,
Yeah.
because
I
James
forgot
Gunn
that
is
guy's
always
name.
going to use his people.
Yep. He was great. Limited
And
role.
yeah, like
Wait, who's Yondo? Yeah.
the Eagle Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
thought I recognized that voice, but I couldn't remember where.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was like, yeah, cultural appropriation over here. Like that whole it was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, she put the team together and she's like, yeah, first thing we're gonna do is kill Eagly. And he's like, why would you do that? He's like, because y'all were assaulted by this eagle. We got to deal with that.
Yeah.
And so we have, the top tier eagle hunter here. And he's like, we're going to kill any eagles we see. And he's like, no, just the one. Don't be doing too much now.
Right.
I'm telling you, the Eagly stuff, that episode, I think it's next episode. That episode was good. I liked that part. I liked all that.
Yeah, and one of the things that they said is like, Economos was like, is killing eagles even legal?
Right.
And
That's what I thought too.
Sasha was like, today it is.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Bro, yeah. Okay. We'll talk about it.
So, yeah, they are going to do that. And we see that Peacemaker has a conversation with Keith, and it's pretty heartfelt. And Peacemaker returns to his Earth. And as he's returning to his Earth, we see that Argus is, locking in to go get him.
Mm-hmm.
But the text, and Economos is trying to text him, but of course, episode 4. First, episode 3, thought it was pretty good, but we're not locked in yet.
Nah, not for me. It's gonna be a little while. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's gonna be a little while before I'm locked in.
And that's okay. It'd be like that sometimes. So, episode 4, I Need to Say Door. Or Need I Say Door. That's what it's called. We open 35 years ago. A young Chris is on a hunting trip with his dad and his brother. They kill an alien, which leads them to the Monsters Inc. door. In today's time, Economos is able to warn Peacemaker about the raid on his house, and he is able to escape the house with the Doormaker. He fights and knocks out Judo Master, and Economos stops the Eagle Hunter from shooting Eagly. Peacemaker is picked up by Adebayo and has Vigilante get some doors for him. Economos stalls the hacking of the door, which works out because Chris is able to move the door before Economos hacks the door at his house. They report to Rick Flag Sr. that the door at Peacemaker's house was a bust, so he goes to Harcourt's house to offer her a job if she can help him get Peacemaker. Peacemaker explains the whole door situation to Adebayo and tells her that he plans to go to the other world. Harcourt agrees to lure Peacemaker to she agrees to lure Peacemaker, and the Eagle Killer performs a ceremony to locate Eagly.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Um,
So, we see kind of the origins of the door and them like getting it, how they found it, and all that. So they shoot a random alien, and then they find the door. Whenever Chris and Keith were children. and we see that their dad is a piece of shit because
Yeah.
he slaps the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was that was rough.
That was
But
rough. Like the
also,
way he treated his kids, yeah, it definitely made you be like, ah,
and we know that he's a piece of shit.
yeah,
So,
100%.
but yeah, so they are all on the way to Peacemaker's house, and the conversation on the ride there was hilarious. Like
Yeah.
they were talking all the shit.
Yeah.
Um, and everybody in the car was talking shit.
Okay, and this is so I have the episode like playing in the background. So yeah, this is the episode where he says he's Vietnamese because the Eagle Hunter calls him the little China man. He said, "I'm not Chinese. I'm Vietnamese." Wild Bill suck cock. I was like, okay, yeah. So yeah, everybody was really like going in.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody was going in. Uh, he was like, while he was on the phone with you,
He
Tim
was making
Meadows was making
faces.
faces. He's
Yeah.
like, I was not making faces. And then she gonna be like, what kind of faces was he making? Because we expect her to be like, I don't care, it doesn't matter. She was like, no, 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 tell me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that whole thing was just ridiculous. But
It felt very
very,
improvised.
it felt very James Gunn.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And so Economos is trying to warn Peacemaker that they are coming. And Peacemaker receives the text message like right on time. And because Economos was trying to do it covertly, it
Mhm.
didn't make all the sense in the world. But Peacemaker is eventually like, oh shit, I think I got it.
Yeah.
So he gets eagerly and he gets out of the house. Judo Master finds him. Those two fight. And luckily, Peacemaker is able to knock him out just by being heavy.
Yeah.
And just as the Eagle Hunter finds Eagly and is about to get him, Economos is able to stop that from happening.
He's like a second eagle came came and pushed you.
Yeah, and then when he
Yeah.
said the second Eagle, that's when he was like, "Oh, that's Eagle Prime."
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, yeah, that started the goodness right there. That was pretty good.
Yeah, so yeah, he's that whole Prime Eagle thing was it was crazy at first, and then yeah. Anyway,
Oh, it paid off big time.
oh yeah.
Good.
So now they're at the door, and Sasha's like, Economos, can you break in this door? And he's like, I mean, sure.
Right.
And he's just trying really hard to stall.
Bro, he was, yeah.
Like, he was getting on my nerves.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that was the whole point. And yeah, like one of the things, like, no, she says, like, they don't pay me enough to deal with your shit. And he's like, actually, that's exactly what they pay you for. They do pay you to deal with my shit.
Yeah.
And Flurry's like, oh, got you there. So, yeah, that whole thing is ridiculous. But they are able to get to a different place, and Peacemaker is able to move the door before Economos is able to break into the door. And then they report to Rick Flag, like, hey, there's just sweaters in here.
Mm.
He's like, why would he? You know what? Okay. Let's go to a different strategy. So he he says, hey, get me Amelia Harcourt's address. And he goes to her house. And what's funny to me is that like, well, we'll talk about it here in a minute. But he goes to Harcourt's house and he's basically like, hey, I need you to help me get him. If you help me get him, I can get you your job back.
Yeah.
Nice and easy, right? And so Peacemaker explains to Adebayo, like, hey, I'm going to go to this other Earth because it's better. And she's like, no, don't do that.
Right.
And Harcourt decides, I'm going to go ahead and send this text message to Peacemaker. Now, of course, she sends a code word that is supposed to indicate to him, hey, get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't come here.
Compromise.
It's a trap.
Yeah.
But he has to know. And so, yet again, he tries to have the conversation with her. But Um, we see at the end of the episode, this is when the eagle hunter like performs the ceremony
Yeah,
to try to find Eagly. And whenever the ceremony was successful, that's when I was like, "Oh, Eagly might actually be the prime eagle. Like that may not be bullshit."
right. Yeah.
I
So
didn't think anything about it when he was doing all this.
yeah, when I saw the whole ceremony thing, I was like, "Oh, that might actually something might actually come from this," because I didn't expect him to have mystical powers.
Yeah, I was like, does he have mystical or is that just the guy seeing a bunch of stuff?
That's what I thought. I thought he was just like seeing stuff.
But
I assumed it was genuine,
I mean, it might be. Yeah.
but okay. So we're at the halfway point. What were y'all thinking?
Shit kind of whack.
I I wasn't gonna say all the way whack, but it's like, man, we're doing a lot, and I feel like we're kind of losing the point of the show, which was still has some laughs. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
it felt like the story overtook the laughs, which for Peacemaker is kind of tough. I think for most serious characters, we get it. Like the story should overtake the jokes, but yeah, that was one of the
But
things that was missing for me.
this still feels like a chore a little bit.
Okay. Okay. So, episode 5, Back to the Suture. We open 3 years ago at Rick Flag Jr.'s funeral. Rick Flag Sr. meets Harcourt and asks her about his son's death, which of course she can't talk about. In Today Time, Peacemaker meets with Harcourt to ask about the same thing, about the feelings, and she says, "No, I don't have feelings for you." Sasha is then prepared to take Peacemaker off the set, but Harcourt knocks him out, saving his life. Adebayo gets her first call for her business, and Harcourt has Economos book Peacemaker. Rick Flag is in there beating his ass. But now that he's been booked, his custody is more public, and he kind of has to stop. Um, so now we have the Eagle Killer who is attempting to really get Eagly. So he tries to poison Eagly, and that fails. And Peacemaker is picked up by Adebayo and Vigilante. Rick Flag explains that he's playing chess, not checkers, and Judo Master finds the location of Peacemaker. Eagly is actually the Prime Eagle and is able to kill the Eagle Hunter.
Yeah.
Peacemaker decides to go live on the alternate Earth and closes the door behind him as he goes. Judo Master follows him in there, and Adebayo and Vigilante take the Doormaker and call a meeting with the squad. Peacemaker arrives on the other Earth, and the squad decides that they're going to go back there and get him.
I respect it.
So, episode 5.
Pretty, pretty.
Are we locked in yet?
I'm getting closer. I'm definitely getting
Same.
closer.
Yeah, it's like I'm getting a little closer about it. By the end of this one, I'm getting closer for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Next episode. I think next episode is going to get me more, but this one got me on the way.
Okay.
Yeah, like the Eagly stuff is was like okay. I think I can continue to put up with this.
It's funny that
Mhm.
that's the thing that made you feel
Uh-huh.
that way because yeah, it didn't. I didn't care about it like that. But
Yeah, no, that was the thing that got me.
so we see at Rick Flag Jr.'s funeral, we see that Rick Flag Sr. and Harcourt meet, and Rick Flag Sr. is like, he really cared about you. You were important to him, and he's like, he had a lot of women in his life. Yeah, but you were actually important to him.
Right.
And one of the things that he says to her is, "Hey, I will always take care of you if I can."
Mhm.
And with that being the case, why hasn't he already helped her get off the blacklist?
The niggas be lying.
Yeah.
Because he's been the director of Argus for a while at this point. And if he knows what her situation is and is wanting to help her, then I feel like as soon as he got appointed, he would have actually helped her if that's what he actually wanted to do.
Okay, continuity question. Is this the same Rick Flag from
Creature Commandos?
Well, yes,
Yes.
and all that happened, right? Because the James Gunn universe, it's all connected, right?
As far as timeline, I am not sure
Hmm.
where those two things are because I want to say it already happened because I feel like Amanda Waller was still in charge when that happened.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And so I think that the Creature Commandos thing was pretty in the past, but they talk about Creature Commandos like it happened after the whole Suicide Squad thing because Weasel was there. And I think that Weasel had already been through the Suicide Squad stuff. So Rick Flag Jr. is already dead, but Amanda Waller is still in charge. So I think that Creature Commandos happens in between the Suicide Squad movie and where we are now.
Hmm.
Okay, but it already happened though.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
So, yeah. This Rick Flag has lived through that shit.
that's crazy.
yeah. I just remember like everything in the DC universe is like connected because they're using the same actors for everything.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
And I did wonder, I was like, why is he gray in the show, or in the animated, but not gray in real life?
Yeah, I think they said they tried to fix that, but yeah, you couldn't get it all the way. I get, or he didn't want to go, gray or whatever.
Okay. I feel like they should have had that conversation before,
Agreed.
but whatever.
Agreed.
Um, so we see the funeral and Harcourt is basically like, "Hey, I'm gonna find out who did it, and they're gonna pay for this."
Yeah.
And then we're taken back to today time, and Peacemaker like sneaks his way into the park. He's very aware that they're trying to get
Smart.
him because, Harcourt warned him to get out of there, but he has to know.
Right.
And so he goes, meets with her, and she basically is like, he's like, is there something between us? Like he keeps going back to this conversation. And she is like, no, there's nothing between us.
Heartbreaking.
So he's like, cool, say less.
Right.
I
So
got
he's
another girl
about
look
to,
just like you.
yeah. So he's about to escape. And then, he gets surrounded by Argus. And Sasha, we find out, is a cyborg, which if you already knew Sasha Bordeaux, then you knew that. But if you didn't, then yeah, you're like, oh shit.
Mm. I don't think
So,
I knew that.
and yeah, she's pretty niche. Like, I
Okay.
think I know of her because she has been associated with some Batman things.
Okay.
But yeah, she's not somebody like you got to reach in the bag for her.
Got it.
So, um, she locks in and is like, I will kill him right now. And Harcourt knows that that's about to happen, so she knocks him out because he was
I
about to
don't
get
know.
popped.
I thought this was the girl from also Superman, the
Oh,
the
the
android
engineer
girl.
girl.
Yeah, the engineer. I thought this was her.
Damn.
Like another
That
version of
is,
her.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Because
But
like she did the whole little eye thing, like she could like see through him or something. Like that's why I thought it was like the engineer girl.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I see how you got there,
I
but
They don't look alike, but I
at
could
all,
see
I
I thought it was like another version of her or
yeah, I was
power
like,
something.
if you
wise.
thought
I
they
could
were the
see like,
same person, that's crazy. If you
yeah,
thought, oh, she's the same thing,
Yeah, I
okay,
yeah,
thought she was. I thought she was the same thing.
essentially, yeah, I get what you're saying.
okay, and yeah, that makes sense. I see how you got there. And so, um, luckily, Harcourt is able to knock him out, and then Harcourt and Sasha have their encounter, and it's
Hmm.
like, "Hey, you got in my shot," and she's like, "Shut up, bitch!" And yeah,
Yeah,
like that whole altercation was so aggressive,
yeah, it was.
but that was the point.
Hmm.
And so then we see that Adebayo is there. Um, No, I lost my place. Anyway, we see that Harcourt meets with Economos and is like, hey, we need to book him because if we book him, that will make the law aware of him. But right now, it's all dark because whenever Rick Flag gets him, Rick Flag is like, turn off all the recording equipment and leave the room. I don't want nobody to have any evidence of what's about to happen.
Just like a cop, huh?
Yes. And so
yes.
Basically Peacemaker's like, hey, your son was a really good dude. And Rick Flag puts the paws on him.
Hum. Yeah.
Like,
and then
it
he
was
stomped on him too.
Yeah, it was ugly.
A nice little shining wizard, little knee to the face. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was ugly. And so Economos books him, like basically reports that he's been arrested.
Yeah.
And Sasha's like, what the fuck would you do that for? And Economos is like, I'm so sorry that I did what we were legally supposed to do.
Yeah. I thought that was a pretty good one right there.
I agree. Like, that was great. And I was like, yeah, that's something you could get away with, like, the excuse of. And when I knew that Flurry wasn't a bad person is whenever he said to Economos, it's a really good thing you did that.
Yeah. He like agreed and everything. Yeah.
That was the point when we knew that Flurry wasn't just fully a piece of shit. When he tells Economos, like, you did the right thing.
Right.
Because we knew what was about to happen to him. And so, yeah. Also, we see that the Eagle Killer is really trying to get Eagly.
Yeah.
So, poisons a rat, throws it out there, and Eagly's about to, eat the rat. But then, Vigilante and Adebayo were like, hey, we're going to go, get Peacemaker. He's been booked, so we can go get him out. And we see a fox take the bait. It dies. And, the Eagle Man is like, well, shit. So, and then we see Rick Flag kind of explain the situation to Sasha. We see him lead us to believe that he is actually doing this in the best interest of the United States.
Yeah.
And he's like, I have led him to believe that this is personal. I've led him to believe that I'm sloppy. Now he's going to give us exactly what we need. Again, I play chess, not checkers. And she's basically like, oh, I kind of have a lot of respect for that. So she's looking at it. She's looking at him a little differently.
Little googly eyes and stuff.
Yeah. She's like, okay, I like what you're doing. She's locked in. And
she's top tier, by the way.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Elite level.
Elite. Yeah, if you're Rick Flag, yeah, that's a win.
Off the backboard. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So, reaches out to Judo Master, is like, you got him? Yeah, I got him. So, Judo Master is able to follow him. And then we see that the Eagle Killer does kill an eagle. And he's like, yeah, I got you. And then it wasn't Eagly.
Yeah.
So
I ain't gonna lie. When he shot him, I was like, dang, they really just let Eagly die like that? I said, Peacemaker gonna be pissed.
I said the same thing.
I thought he was done. Yeah.
I thought that he actually got Eagly. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's not going to be good.
I was like, yeah, Peacemaker about to tear him up.
And then when it wasn't Eagly, I was like, okay, good. Because, like, I don't want to do this without Eagly. But I thought that the reason Eagly died was so that Peacemaker would have, like, that was going to be the final straw for him to go to the other Earth.
Got it.
That's what I assumed. But, yeah, when Eagly didn't die, I was like, oh, okay. The actual Prime Eagle thing paid off. And then he was over there, Yondu was over there like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Please. Like, begging for his life. And
yeah, all the Eagles pulled up.
Yeah, all the Eagles pulled up and ate his ass.
Yeah. That's tough. Tough way to go out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
then Eagly did the little symbol and everything behind, and I was like, that's
Yeah,
good.
that was dope.
it's like, okay, so Eagly is actually okay.
Mhm.
So Peacemaker's like, yeah, if Amelia ain't trying to be with me, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
gonna just go to the other Earth and be happy. I will find peace there. And so he goes and he closes the door behind him, and Judo Master tries to call it in, like, hey, uh, he's going through the door, it's closing, like,
Hmm.
but because of all the feedback, can't really hear. So Judo Master just has to go in there. And then Adebayo finds the note that Judo Master left and knows it's Judo Master because there's Shido prints on it.
It's just crazy.
And then is like, oh shit, we have to go. He closed the door behind him. And then they find the note that Peacemaker left. And then Peacemaker arrives on the other Earth. And, again, big chillin', happy to be there.
Hmm.
And the squad, they read the note and they're like, well, shit, we got to go get him back.
Yeah.
So, how do we feel about episode 5?
Uh,
Better.
a lot better.
Oh, and that was the thing that I forgot to mention. Adebayo got her first like phone call for her business because
Oh, that was
Oh,
pretty good.
she posted that.
prostitution.
And it was
Yeah.
so funny because whenever Peacemaker saw her card, Peacemaker was like, who is this?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "That's me."
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
That was hilarious. And then yeah, it was made like that's what I was thinking whenever she got the phone call. I was like, "Oh, they think that it's a different service."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she was so happy. She was so happy.
So excited about it.
Yeah. They were like, "Are you the girl in the silhouette?" Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was funny to me.
Yeah.
But I assume we're not locked in yet at episode 5? Or we're getting there.
By the end, I'm like, okay, I can sit through this some more.
I'm 65% locked in.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay. This is kind of what I was waiting for, hoping for. Like I wanted to see him go to that world and what was going to happen there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But um yeah, it was like I said, I thought it was pretty good.
Hmm.
But okay. Okay. So, episode 6. Ignorance is Chris. We open on the other Earth where Peacemaker and his family are just having a good old time. On the main Earth, the squad goes to Vigilante's house to open up the Monsters Inc. door. They end up on the alternate Earth, and Harcourt runs into Chris's brother, who takes her to Argus, and Vigilante goes to find his counterpart. At Argus, Harcourt is stopped because she's covered in cocaine just as Peacemaker walks in. Rick Flag meets with Lex Luthor and makes a deal. Peacemaker and Harcourt talk again about the whole boat situation and the fact that she had a relationship with Rick Flag Jr. Vigilante bonds with his counterpart but finds out that he and Peacemaker are not friends here, and Adebayo takes a walk and gets caught. Economos gets caught by Peacemaker's dad, and they realize that people of color are illegal.
Bruh. Locked in.
So,
Yeah, same.
this is the episode that locked you in.
Yeah.
This is the one where I was like, oh snap. Like I
This
haven't
is
noticed this.
this is the prediction that I made. Like I
Hmm.
thought that this because and the reason I thought this is because I knew from season 1 that Peacemaker's dad was a full-fledged Nazi.
Yeah.
And so the fact that they were heroes in this world,
Mm.
and whenever Peacemaker earlier was on his way to Argus and I didn't see not nah nigga. And we know that shows typically make an effort to be inclusive and to have, people
Right.
that look like everything and all. Like the fact that I only saw white people whenever he was on the peace cycle and on his way to Argus. I was like, I bet this is Nazi world.
Mm,
So I was hoping that I was right, but I called it pretty early.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, I didn't notice at
I
all.
was totally shocked. And when she said it, Harcourt said it, I was like, oh snap. Like I haven't even looked for it like that. And it all made sense. And just yeah, we'll talk about it. But that scene of her running, bro. It just brought back so much like, oh my,
Yeah.
like just the panic of the people and then her being afraid, which I felt, I don't know what that was, but I was like, oh my God, like you gotta go. You gotta
Yeah.
get out of there.
Is it now? Is that the next episode? I think it might be the next episode. And she's like, "You didn't notice?" And like they look
Yes.
over in the mirror. That's the next episode.
It's the next episode, yeah.
Okay, okay, all right, all right. Uh, yeah. On this one though, that was a very good twist at the end, and also we get to see, um, what's Vigilante? That dude, I love Vigilante. Like that. That's such a good character.
I agree.
He's
Yeah.
just like, why do you have all this down? He's like, I'm not gonna use blood money,
Yeah,
and
like
they all just start taking the money.
that whole thing. Yeah. So let's talk about it. Um, Peacemaker and his family, they're just at a restaurant, just enjoying life. And, they're, you know, having fans taking pictures. And then on the main Earth, we see that the squad goes to Vigilante's house. And Adebayo even says to Harcourt, like, are you sure you want to go get him?
Yeah.
Because
Know
and
what
she's
you were
like,
talking about.
yeah, she's like, you know what? Yes, we got to do it now while I still want to.
Yeah,
Because going to get him was her idea.
true.
But they are all distraught. Like
Hmm.
they have read the note. Vigilante is broken down in tears. And yeah,
His
Harcourt is
best
like,
friend.
yeah, Harcourt's like, God damn it, we got to go get him. So, yeah. They go to Vigilante's house. And one of the things that I thought was hilarious was that Adebayo, like, greeted Vigilante's mom. And I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
that's a black thing.
yeah, 100%.
Like, she was, hi,
Yeah,
I'm
immediately.
Adebayo. Yeah, like, went immediately to the woman of the house to greet her. I was like, and nobody else did. I
Right.
was like, yeah,
And
I'm really glad that, I mean, and it spoke to their personalities, of course, but I'm really glad that that happened.
same. And like the fact that she was the only one that could like be like, "Hey, you talking to your mom kind of crazy." Like
Yeah.
that's something a black person has dealt with, you know what I
Yes.
mean, before, you know.
Yeah, like the way that my white friends would talk to their parents,
Hmm.
I was like, I sometimes I'd be like, I understand that he's my friend, but why don't you hit him? Like, why is he talking to you this way?
Just
Right.
hit him.
I
Just
would
hit him,
never.
Oh,
huh?
never.
But anyway, yeah, I enjoyed the interaction between Adebayo and Adrian's mom. But yeah, he was talking crazy to her,
Yeah.
which, is to be expected. And yeah, but also she was talking a lot.
Yeah. Yes.
She just blew up his whole lie
Yeah.
about Harcourt.
Yeah. She's kept going, digging like the hole even deeper.
Yeah. And yeah, that whole thing was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get in there and his stash is crazy.
Bro.
Yeah, yeah, hella money in there.
My man said blood money.
Blood
Like
money and all the drugs.
all of it. Like just cocaine just chilling in your room.
Piles.
Yeah.
Like there was so much money in that
Mm-hmm.
room. And not
Facts.
just cash.
Right.
But yeah, there was so much money in that room. Like that was a full basement of shit.
Right.
And yeah, so they all start stuffing their
That
pockets
was
and shit. And I'm
funny.
like, yep, that's what you
That
do.
that was realistic.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, hilarious. He's like, this is blood money. I would never. Like, you are cursed if you use blood money.
Yeah.
And so, um, they end up on the second Earth, and they're like, "Oh shit, this was not a figment of Chris's imagination. This was actually a thing."
Mm-hmm.
So they get there, and they're just talking loud, and then Keith walks in, and is like, "Harcourt, I've never seen you wear pants
Yeah.
or all black," and yeah, she's just not like she's acting very weird compared to the other version of
Yeah.
herself.
Terribly. She didn't play that off at all.
But she didn't know any better, I guess.
I mean, yeah, you don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that was crazy. Um, so eventually he's like, "Yeah, I'm on my way to Argus. I'll take you there." So they go to Argus, and the drug dog is like, "Hey, hey, hey, her." And we see her
Yeah.
notice that all of the people that were just kind of walking around were white. Like,
Yeah.
because she's looking around like, this is strange.
Right.
Like, she notices something is off.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, as she's being taken to the back for questioning, Peacemaker walks in. And we see that Rick Flag is like, "Hey, give me the Bell Reeve. I need to talk to somebody." I don't call it Bell Reeve, I call it Bell Rev, but with the letters that are there, I understand how they got to Bell Reeve. So he meets with Lex, and Lex is basically like, "Hey, don't bullshit me. You will not win this negotiation. So why don't you cut to it? What do you need?" And Lex is like, "I want my freedom." And Rick Flag is like, "Absolutely not. But I can move you to a prison that doesn't have metahumans. It's the best I can offer you." And he's like, "You know what? We should probably do that." And so he's like, "You need me to find the Monsters Inc. door. I'm sure I can get that done." So, um, we see that Peacemaker gets into the room where Harcourt is being kind of detained.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Thank you so much. I know this is against protocol, but I appreciate you." And they talk about it again. Peacemaker's
Again,
like,
bro.
"Hey, do you have feelings for me? Did it mean anything for you?"
And we
And
still don't even know what's going on at this
She
point with
avoided
that.
it
yeah, like, we still
again.
don't know what the boat means.
Yeah.
But this time, she opens up a little more because she
True.
definitely and that makes sense because the fact that she came all the way there to get him.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like, "I don't have access to my feelings the same way that you do."
Mm-hmm.
And that whole conversation. And he's also like, "PS, didn't know you were fucking Rick Flag."
Yeah.
And so yeah, that whole thing. He's like, "I'm sorry about that." She talks about the fact that she's able to say to him, "Hey, it hurt my feelings when you thought that I would actually betray you.
Do something like that. Yeah.
I knocked you out so that you didn't get popped
Mm-hmm.
because you were going to die if I hadn't done that.
To the upper room.
Yeah, it was going to be over."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh shit, I'm so sorry." He's like, "I can't believe you thought I would do that." Which I'm like, yeah, I understand why he thought that. You just told him that you didn't have feelings for him and to fuck off. So
Yeah. This is extremely toxic. I feel bad for him. Like,
it is very toxic.
yeah.
But that she's been told that directly.
Yeah, that's true.
Like she knows she's toxic. And she says to him, like, "I'm so fucked up."
Yeah.
And so, yeah. We see that Vigilante finds his counterpart,
Oh, that was so good.
and they're just the same.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
Except
that
for
was
when it
good.
comes to Peacemaker.
Yeah.
That's whenever it's like, "Hey, I don't fuck with him.
Right.
He's a terrible guy."
Mm-hmm.
And then Adebayo's like, "Hey, I'm going to take a walk." And Economos is like, "Ew, no." So she takes a walk, and the the moment I saw her wave at somebody and that lady was just like disgusted by her,
Yeah, I
I
thought
was
the
like,
same.
I was right.
Yep.
See, and because I didn't watch it like week to week, I was behind on it. Like I had already heard all the spoilers and everything for the episode.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, I called it in episode 2, I want to say. And that's again why I was like, I need to get to that world.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. that bro, when she stopped, opened the car, and then uh
When
his
Keith came
brother, yeah, the brother drove by and like stopped, jumped out. We got a black.
yeah,
We got a
one got
black.
out, a black. I was like,
Yeah. I
yep.
was like, oh, like literally was like, oh my God. And like she did a really good job of acting because she was like scared, like, oh my God, like these white people were running after me, like full
Yeah.
speed. Yeah.
And so yeah. And I was like, I don't know how fast she could run in real life, but adrenaline is gonna get her through that.
Yeah. 100%.
I ain't gonna lie, I call Cap.
I already knew. I already knew.
I
This
figured.
is Jordan. This is
I
we
was
need to
like, bro.
start calling. We need a segment. We need a segment where Jordan has to work out the logistics of a foot race.
Oh yeah, that's
And
Cap.
yeah, we need a segment. We'll think about it.
Okay.
I don't care. I don't care what adrenaline it was. It's Cap.
I yes, this is a land of make believe. I was able to suspend my disbelief, and we'll talk about it a little bit more in the next episode because there was
Yeah, because
another
she
thing that
hit
I was like,
she hit
what
that fence.
Yeah.
the fence wasn't my problem.
The fence wasn't your problem. Okay.
Well, the fence, again, whenever you're running on that level of like she was running for her life.
Yeah.
Clearing the fence is easy when you're running for your life.
Facts.
But anyway. And then yeah, we realized that people of color are not legal. We see that Economos gets caught by Peacemaker's dad. And
Yeah.
yeah, that was ugh.
Yeah.
Like he threw that can at his head and then he hit his head on the that I was like, oh, I know that hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a
And
knife. Crazy.
yeah, and he just started singing.
Yeah.
And he even said,
Rat.
like, I am saying way too much right now.
Yeah.
But
Dirt bag.
that's what happens.
Yeah.
So we're finally locked in.
Yeah.
Best episode so far.
Took a
By
minute
far.
to get
Yeah.
there, but we got there.
Yeah.
By far.
I got spoiled by the screenshot of like her running away, a screenshot of the Nazi flag. So yeah, I kind of knew how the episode was going to end at this point.
Oh, okay.
But I did watch episode 8 as it aired.
Okay.
Yeah, that was I really enjoyed him like picking up the flag and showing that. Like that was a good visual.
Yeah. So, episode 7, like a Keith in the night. We open with the realization that this is Nazi world. Peacemaker and Harcourt fight their way out of Argus, and Vigilante learns what this world really is, that the Nazis won World War II. Adebayo is running for her life from an angry mob, and Peacemaker's dad captures Economos. Judo Master saves Adebayo, and Peacemaker's dad explains the situation to Keith. Peacemaker and Harcourt are taken back to the family house, and Rick Flag gets Happerson to locate the Monsters Inc. door. Peacemaker tells his counterpart family everything that went down, and just as they realize that the dad isn't a piece of shit, Vigilante busts in and kills him. The cops bust in, and Peacemaker is attacked by Keith. The squad is able to. The squad is about to kill Keith, but Peacemaker, of course, stops them, and they are all able to escape back to their Earth. Harcourt is about to kill Keith because she can't have him coming after Peacemaker, but she doesn't get the chance. Upon returning home, Peacemaker hands over the Doormaker and takes the blame for everything that happened, and he is taken into custody by Argus. So, that is the episode. So, at this point, we're locked in.
Yeah.
How do we feel about this episode? Like, we open with it's fucking Nazi world. This is where we see the Hitler mural and the books of Mein Kampf on everybody's desk and the flag.
Yeah.
No, that was pretty. I mean, she's like, "You didn't see that right there?" He's like, "Oh no, I did not see that." I was just like, "What? How you missed that?"
He's like, how did I miss that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, he grew up with a very racist dad. So
True.
it
Also,
might have just been like, eh.
so do you think because the dad talks about how he also found the door. Do you think, well, I guess we saw the other dad find the door. I was like, do you think this is his real dad?
No, I think that he I think that Each
Oh, they
dad is
just
in their own world, but
they
yeah,
found it. Okay.
I think that it's a situation where the Nazi world dad saw Peacemaker's dad of our world and was like, based on him, that's a terrible place.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's why he just kept it hidden and
yeah.
Okay.
just didn't talk about it because
Okay.
he was like, based on my doppelganger, there's
Yeah,
no way that that is a good Earth.
right.
So yeah, and
Okay.
it's funny how that works. Like they worked in opposite directions,
Yeah.
but so yeah, they realize they're on Nazi world and Peacemaker and Harcourt have to fight their way out of Argus because Amelia shows up and is like, arrest that woman. She's not me.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I will say if there we'll come up with a segment name, that's Cap. This is one of those Cap moments. Like, how the hell did you make it out of it, one of the most secure facilities in America, 2-on-2 with just hand-to-hand combat? Nothing really special. Like, it's not like it's Superman and Batman to tag team and to get out of there.
I mean, he's basically Batman. Batman don't got no powers either, but I get it. Okay.
Wow. Spencer, you're gonna sit here and let him slander Batman like this?
Am I
It's
wrong?
kind of crazy.
Am I wrong?
Peacemaker does have a lot of skills for a regular human.
Mm-hmm.
But Batman would have gotten out of there by himself.
I mean,
They're basically the same person,
He
bro.
would
Neither
have
one of them
just
got powers.
Batman would have just ninja smoked out of there.
yeah, exactly. He wouldn't
The
have
only
broke the
difference
sweat.
is Peacemaker kill people. But yes, Brandon, I also agree with you
Yeah,
on
I
how they
was,
made it out.
I was a little, yeah. I was like, ugh, they have guns too. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. So that was, you got to suspend disbelief for that.
Yeah,
I
which I usually do, but
I assume it's a situation where they weren't trying to kill him; they were trying to take him into custody.
stun gun type
Yeah.
deal.
So that's
Got
the
it.
only excuse that I have, but also it may have been a situation where we're in a
Mm.
world where they are incompetent. Who knows?
Stormtrooper level.
Yes.
Okay.
That's uh again also what this could have been. But
Yeah.
we see that Vigilante tells his doppelganger what the game is. Like the Nazis won World War II,
Hmm.
and he's like, "Oh, on your Earth, the Americans won. It must be a utopia." And he's like, "Well,"
yeah.
and one of the things that he says that I think is hilarious, he's like, "I don't know who they teamed up with, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't the Nazis." I was like, "They think they're funny."
hmm
Okay, I see what
Yeah.
they did there. But
Yeah.
yeah,
That whole
so
conversation was hilarious.
oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Um, that was great. So yeah, he's like, yeah, anybody of color is forced to toil in concentration camps for their entire lives. And he was like, oh, the person I came here with is technically black.
Yeah. He's
And
like,
it
what
was
do you mean
like,
by technically?
technically, like, you can't tell. Oh, no, you can absolutely tell.
He's like, that's the first thing I noticed when I met her.
Yeah, I was like, that was funny. Because, yeah, like, that's probably not something you should say, but also it's 100% accurate.
Right. Yeah. That dude, bro. Yeah. He's so good at delivering lines like that.
Yeah. Oh, so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, that was he was like technically.
Yeah, it's just technically black. It's like,
What does
what?
that mean?
Like, oh, you can't tell. No, you can definitely tell.
The first thing I noticed.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, that was good.
It's like, yeah, we're gonna have to get her because you will never see her again
Right.
if they find her. And the problem is, I wanted to see where all the people of color were and what they were
I
doing.
did too. I did too.
Same. Same.
But yeah. So we see that she's still running for her life. Now, her jumping the fence didn't bother me. Her getting in the pool was dumb as hell.
Yeah, that was another moment that was like, okay, this is stupid. Why would
You
you?
can
like-
run faster than you can swim. Why the
Yeah.
fuck would you get in a pool?
Facts. No smart person would do that.
But
I mean, you literally just run around the pool.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I can get around a pool faster than I can get across a pool in a pool. Like, you're
Facts.
not Michael Phelps.
And you've just cornered yourself in. Like, they're just going to surround the pool, wait for you to get out. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah. Like, that
dumb.
was stupid. But the pool was so that Judo Master could electrocute all of them.
He's like,
Right.
this is the most people I ever kill in a pool. It's just, it
And you're
was
like,
number
what's the
before.
second most people you've killed in a pool? 4. All right.
Yeah. That dude had me laughing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like in the first season, he did not do a lot of talking, if any.
Nah.
Nah, not really.
He
But,
did, yeah, just like a little bit, not a lot though.
but yeah, in this season, yeah, like just full of lines.
Mm-hmm.
And I support it. So, yeah, Judo Master kind of explains the situation like, yeah, this is, if you are a minority of any kind, it
Yeah.
is not good for you.
Nope.
And so I kind of wish that one of the after credit scenes was them showing Judo Master navigating the situation.
Oh, his point of view. I see what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Like, I want to see how Judo Master figured that out, who Judo Master had to, handle to
Yeah.
get the house, how Judo Master got the Cheetos, because he can't just go into a store.
Sure.
So yeah, I would have wanted to see all that. Or if Judo Master, because of the mask, was able to like kind of hide behind. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I would have wanted to see Judo Master get to this point.
I agree. That would have been a really cool trailer. Second scene in the trailer. Scene.
Yeah. So, and then while Adebayo's being chased, the dad calls and is like, "Hey Keith, I need you to come home." And he's like, "I'm kind of in the middle of something.
Yeah.
There's a blackout." And he's like, "I don't care what you're doing. This is more important." So he comes home and he explains the situation to Keith. And then we see Peacemaker and Harcourt like escaping, and they're having like a beautiful little love moment
Yeah.
while being chased by the authorities. And then they are, got by Keith and his dad, and they're like, "Hey, if you want to live, you're gonna have to come with us." So they go back to the house and they have a discussion. Meanwhile, Rick Flag has one of Lex Luthor's goons find the door, and he finds it immediately. Yeah, that dude was like, "What's in it for me?" He's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." So, Peacemaker kind of tells his family the whole situation. Like, this is how I ended up here. This is what happened to your Peacemaker, all that. And the dad is being super reasonable, and Keith is ready to kill Peacemaker.
Yeah, he's like ready to pop off at any moment.
Ready. And the dad has to keep being like, hey, bring that down.
Yeah, calm it down.
And he's even like, our Chris was on a dark path, and it was an accident, all that. So yeah, we're seeing glimpses of like he's not a piece of shit. And then they basically say this is Nazi world, and he's like, "Don't you call me a Nazi.
Yeah.
I am not a Nazi." And one of the things that he says that was powerful was like, if you live in a world where you are able to stop every atrocity that you see, then I applaud you.
Yeah.
That was
good. That was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. He without sin cast the first stone.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of those moments.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he's like, "No, I do the best I can in a fucked up world.
Right. Yeah.
But I am no Nazi." And I was like, "God damn it. He's a good dude here."
Yeah. It's a good man, Savannah.
And just as we realize that, Vigilante comes in there and just jugs him.
Bro.
That was
happened a lot this season.
That was tough. I ain't gonna lie.
That happened. That was a consistent theme this season. A person you are familiar with somewhat, and then boom, they get murdered. Like,
What was hilarious to me is that Judo Master, like the first Judo Master busted through a window, and then the second Judo Master busted through a different window. I was like, you didn't have to do that. There was a busted window already, but you chose to go through a different window.
Right.
Just to bust through a window. I was like, that was a vigilante thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was hilarious. Because I didn't expect a second window crash.
Yeah.
And then when it happened, I was like, all right, you didn't have to do that.
Maybe it broke his fall or something.
But uh then so we see the police arrive and the police are like, "Hey, can we search your house?" And Dad's like, "Fuck, no, you can't search my house.
Right.
Go get a warrant." And then whenever the vigilantes bust in, they're like, "That's probable cause. Let's get
Yeah.
up in there." And then yeah, like everybody's trying to escape and the vigilantes immediately start going at the cops.
Mm-hmm.
And we see that Keith is of course, holding his dad because he just died. And we see the Peacemaker is not okay because he just witnessed his dad be murdered.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a good version of his dad,
Yeah, it really was.
which makes it even harder.
He spitting bars. Yeah.
And so we see that Keith attacks Peacemaker. And so the squad, they're able to get him off of him, and they are about to kill Keith, and Peacemaker loses it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's obvious why, because he can't watch his brother be killed again.
Yeah.
Like he is already broken. He's already going through it. He's already having a really tough go of it. This world that he thought was perfect is actually not. And he's having to relive the death of his family. And yeah, like it's rough on Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily, everybody is able to escape. And Harcourt stays behind because Harcourt is like, I can't have you coming after him.
Yeah.
And she's about to put Keith down.
But a
But
hot one.
she makes sure that Chris is, already in there
Yeah.
Yeah.
because she can't have him seeing that. But how do we feel about Harcourt in that situation?
You know, usually you guys are more of the practical murder at any means necessary types. And I'm usually like, no, she did the right thing, let him live. In this case, you gotta let it fly. You gotta lean on that trigger. You know what I'm saying? And just unfortunately, it's unfortunate, but he is a Nazi. He is racist. He is, you know what I mean? All these different things. I go ahead and let that thing fly. Yeah.
My thing was, I don't know how he would have found the correct door in the universe, uh, to even know which one that everyone was in. I mean, I assume you got to look for a door look like yours, but like, there's so many doors there that they may have been okay, but also at the same time, like, I get it.
Yeah.
I think that I I agree with Harcourt's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to put you down.
Yeah.
But the fact that they were planning to return, or the fact that Peacemaker gave them the Doormaker means that we don't know what the situation was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so it could have been a situation where Keith is so bent on revenge that he checks every door he can in there. Like I agree with Harcourt. Like I can't have you coming after him because I know you will. Like I
Yeah.
see the hate in your eyes, and as far as you're concerned, he killed your brother and got your dad killed. So
Yeah.
you have nothing to lose at this point.
True.
So yeah, if I'm Harcourt, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and finish you off. And
Yeah.
I said what I said.
I agree. 100% agree.
So okay. Um, and maybe Vigilante did. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because Vigilante makes it like that. Vigilante makes it very clear that he hates them and Nazis and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it might be a situation where Vigilante takes care of it, but who knows? But they are able to get back to their Earth, and we see that Argus has already located them. So they come out, and he drops the Doormaker, and Peacemaker's like, "Hey, they went in there to get me. They convinced me to bring this to you." And he's like, "Judo Master, is that true?" "Yes."
Mm-hmm.
So he is taken into Argus custody.
Get himself up.
Yep. Because at this point, he believes that he is a curse.
Yeah.
Like, he is looking at himself as everyone that I love or get close to dies.
Yep.
Like, he's looking at himself as the problem.
Right.
And so that is why he decides, because I love these people, I have to get away from them, because me being near them will get them hurt, and I can't have that.
Right.
So, what do we think?
What
It
do you
was
think?
good. I thought it was pretty good. That was a good episode.
It was borderline great. Like, it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. They've been cooking, like, especially second half, really cooked.
It was a slow burn.
Yeah, it really was.
And that brings us to episode 8, Full Nelson. We open with Peacemaker and Harcourt on a date having a great time. In today's time, Peacemaker is locked up and refuses to see the squad who is trying to visit him. Argus has a squad investigating the doors, and they are trying to find unlocked doors. They find one, and behind it, they see a peppermint world, and then they are attacked by little tiny violent creatures. Klein gets his face eaten off, and Adebayo goes to Vigilante's house to have him use the blood money to bail Peacemaker out. Peacemaker is bailed out but leaves town, staying away from the squad. Argus continues exploring doors and facing casualties while Rick Flag and his people are over there kikiing and celebrating. They locate a world that they call Salvation, and Rick Flag presents it to the government as an inescapable prison for metahumans. Sasha doesn't like it, so she meets with Harcourt to try to figure out what plans they can make. They go to Adebayo and they make a plan, and we see a flashback of Peacemaker and Harcourt's date where they kiss and then Harcourt leaves confused. Adebayo has a tough and final conversation with Key, and Sasha uses her clearance to locate Peacemaker. The squad go to find Peacemaker and tell him how much they love and care about him. Harcourt finally admits that she likes Peacemaker, and they all use the blood money to start their new agency, Checkmate. Later, Peacemaker is abducted and used to pilot Salvation. And that is the final episode. So, we'll talk about the episode and then we'll talk about final thoughts. So, go ahead.
Oh, I just had a question.
Okay.
Just from 1 to 10, how creeped out were you by the little peppermint beings?
Oh, like an 8 or 9.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't tripping.
No, I didn't like them one bit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and flesh eating, yeah, no.
Yeah, and they were. We're gonna talk about it. So first, we see Peacemaker and Harcourt on a date, and they're having a good time. They're actually enjoying each other's company. They're having fun. And then we see that Peacemaker is locked up, and he's like, "Hey, you have visitors," and it's the whole squad. And he's like, "No, I don't want to see them." He's like, "Fuck you mean? Like everybody wants to see their visitors." And he says, "I'm the angel of death." And yeah, they just start clowning him. But we see that Harcourt finally got her job back. And we see that a bunch of Argus agents are just going and investigating the doors. So all the doors are numbered, and they are trying to find doors that are unlocked. So they do find door 22 is unlocked, and behind it, they see a land of peppermints. So it's Candyland. And then we hear a little creepy laughter. And ruffling in the grass. And then we see one of these little creatures, which I guess was supposed to come off as cute. I didn't like it the moment I saw it.
Oh, immediately as he popped up, I was like, nope. Because then the mouth and the teeth, no.
Yeah. But even before, like, the moment I saw it, I was like, oh no.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Right.
And then,
they were strong too.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. And they knew what they was doing too.
Yeah, like they there was intent behind it.
Right.
Like the
cutting the
fact that
cord.
they were biting through all of the stuff that was keeping them
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
They they cut the pull cord.
Mm-hmm.
They closed the door.
Yeah.
Like they knew what they were doing. They were murderous with intent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't like it one bit. Before this happens, of course, Flurry is telling a story about Klein vomiting on a stripper. And I wonder if that was scripted or not.
That felt like, again, we talk about James Gunn. Most 90% of the stuff he does I like. But there's always a joke or two where you're like, okay, bro, did you just get a bunch of 11-year-old boys together and ask them what would be funny? Oh yeah, a stripper, and then he throws up on the stripper's breast, like ha 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 ha. And it's just like, okay, bro.
Brandon wasn't feeling that, huh?
That wasn't funny. Like that was not it. Like the eventual long drawn out reveal, kind of funny, but the actual content, no.
Honestly, what was funnier to me was Harcourt's reaction.
Yeah.
Like Harcourt got to the point where she's like, "Now I'm invested in the story,"
Yeah.
and then she was like, "Well, now I wish I really didn't know that story," and then she was like, "You're kind of fucked up for vomiting on a stripper."
Yeah.
Like, Harcourt was the best part of that story to me.
Right.
Because her reactions were so genuine. But
yeah, that was crazy.
But yeah, they lose him. He dies. He gets his face eaten off.
Yep.
I think those people are supposed to be trolls too. They remind me of trolls.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, they were awful.
Yeah,
and there were so many of them. But luckily they were soft. Because they were able to step on them and rip them apart. And yeah.
It's kind of crazy they went back in the facility with a couple of them all. You know what I mean? Like one if one
bro. I closed the door.
Yeah,
on everybody.
Well, but that's the thing. You got to get them out.
No, you don't. That's what I'm saying, bro. Y'all be. I know.
I would have I would have opened the door and I would have got my people out.
Wait,
I would have cut the cord on that one dude.
Jordan. Okay, so it's me and Spenser.
Y'all go.
We're on the other side, and we get attacked. You're standing at the door.
And these things are killing y'all?
Not killing us. It's attacking us.
And there's a bunch on y'all?
Yeah.
And y'all got one third guy with y'all that's getting dragged. I'm like, hey, cut the cord on the third guy. Which one of y'all got the most on y'all? Because y'all might not make it. That's crazy. Because, what happens if they get loose? You don't even know those things that reproduce. It become crazy, overload. Now we're overrun by these things because I didn't close the door.
Well, if it was a situation where they couldn't be killed relatively easily, then yeah, that's a problem. You have to contain that.
Yeah.
But the fact that they were relatively easy to kill, like, nah. We gonna get you out. Any that escape, they're gonna get popped.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna get handled however that happens.
Okay. But well, I guess that's fair. They were pretty squishy because you're right. They did pull the one apart and it was like confetti in there or something.
Yeah, and they like made a little happy noise whenever they got killed.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think they're trolls.
That makes sense.
Like a combination like the trolls and the Birkins, like that combination.
I can see
that makes sense. But yeah, no, I would have absolutely saved whoever.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, whenever she was, pull titties, pull us out. Like, that's hilarious. But yeah, that I didn't like it. And that when I saw that, I was like, oh, all these they're about to show us some crazy shit in these worlds.
That's I knew that was coming too, yeah.
And again, that's one of the things that I was excited about. Like that's one of the things I wanted to see because like in Multiverse of Madness, for example, we didn't really see any like crazy worlds.
Yeah.
But in Everything Everywhere All at Once, we saw some crazy ass worlds.
Yeah, they did. They literally did everything in that movie.
And so I figured we're gonna be somewhere in between those.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder what DC comes up with.
It's true.
And I wonder if there are going to be any like cameos of other
Yeah,
Earths, and
I was gonna ask you, yeah. So we saw the zombie world, and I think zombies they did DC had the deceased,
Yeah,
but
they
these
did.
zombies that we saw was like old time zombies.
they weren't the Marvel zombies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They were regular zombies. They were
yeah.
slow and they were just trying to infect.
yeah.
But they didn't
Spreads.
have a fucking zombie queen that was running the show.
Right.
At least as far as we know. But yeah, they're able to get out of that, and I think that um Flurry's reaction to that also made me think, okay, he's not a bad person.
Mm,
Because he was, of course, I think distraught from being in there, but also like him losing somebody.
yeah.
Like we saw it really affect him.
Yeah.
And so that's when I was like, okay, he's not, because I think at the beginning we're led to believe he's a terrible guy. But
Right.
yeah, he's actually a human. So he gets his face eaten off, and we see that Adebayo goes to Vigilante's house and, again, is really nice to his mom.
Yeah.
And he, oh God, he's terrible to his mom. But
He's awful.
yeah, he's like, her name is not Lee, her name is Ads or Adebayo. It's like, you can call me Lee, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Watch your tongue.
Yeah. But he's like, yeah, we need to, she says, yeah, we need to use this money to get him out. And he's like, this is blood money.
Yeah.
We'll be cursed if we use it. And she does the right thing in that situation. She's like, well, I guess I'm more of his friend than you are,
Yeah.
because
She
I'm
outmaneuvered
willing
him.
to be cursed to get him out. And then he's like, well, I am too.
Yeah.
I'm his
Hmm.
best friend. And yeah, I was like, yeah, that's how you play that.
That was a smart move, especially for him. Yeah. He's trying to just impress Peacemaker.
Exactly. So they bail him out, and he goes to get Eagly. And they're all like, Economos, why did you let him leave? And Economos like, what was I supposed to do?
Right.
Like, tackle him? And he was like, yes, you were supposed to tackle him. But, they're trying to figure out where he is. And we see that Argus is continuing to look for open doors. And while there are a bunch of people who are dying, they're just in there celebrating. They're just in there having a good time. And I was like, this feels so wrong.
Man. Yeah.
Because they've kept steering us toward, you know, uh Rick Flag is a good dude
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, other than his obvious, hatred for Peacemaker, which is understandable.
Right.
But yeah, like we're led to believe that he's not a terrible person, but like this is where we're like, oh, he's a terrible guy because he is letting all these people die.
Yeah. In like
Right.
violent ways.
Yeah, like it's terrible what's happening to some of these people.
Yeah.
And it's obviously having an effect on all of the people who are actually doing it.
Right.
And so, yeah, they eventually locate a world where it doesn't like it. They're just in a meadow,
Mm-hmm.
and the air is breathable. Everything is cool, and Rick Flag is like, "Oh my God, we've done it! We finally found it." And Harcourt is like, "Found what?" And he just, "Great work, you did a good job. We'll take it from here."
Yeah.
And then he meets with the
Yes.
government, and he's like, "We have found a place, Salvation. We are going to send all metahumans there, and they will never be able to escape." And that, again, circles us back to the beginning where he's seeing on TV that they keep escaping from these prisons. And he mentions, like, Bel Rev and Iron Heights. Like, they're not enough. Like, these people are escaping regularly.
Yeah.
So I have a place where we can send them where they will not be able to escape, period. And we saw that in the Superman movie, Rick Flag was one of the people in the room saying, Lex, you're a crazy person.
Yeah.
And he mentions that. He says, I watched you tell Lex he was a crazy person, and now this is his idea
Yeah.
that you're trying to execute. And he says, I don't like Lex, but he was right. Is basically what he says.
Yeah. Essentially.
And then
Yeah.
the guy's like, it's a beautiful place. Like it doesn't look like a punishment. He's like, I don't give a fuck about punishing them. I just want them gone.
Yeah.
And again, that's another piece of like, he's not a terrible person because he went out of his way to find a world that was safe, that didn't have any problems or issues, and he's okay with them not suffering,
hmm
but just wants them gone.
Yeah. He
And
wasn't
so
big
again,
on punishment.
yeah, like that situation where like punishment isn't what he's interested in, just excommunication is.
Right.
So he's like, I'm perfectly fine with it if they have peace wherever they're going.
hmm
Like, I don't want them to be in a bad situation. I just don't want them to be here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so then, yeah, like that gets into the like gray of like, he's not the worst dude in the world because he could have sent them to the Peppermint Island
Yeah.
and just let them fight their way through it.
That's true. If he'd have dropped him off, bro, he wouldn't have. Bro, that's a two-piece and a biscuit for them, bro.
Yeah. Depending on the metahuman.
Yeah, sure.
Because, yeah, there are some metahumans that would be fine because those
Right.
things wouldn't be able to do anything.
True.
But, yeah, there are others that it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
it's not going to be good for you. So, yeah. The government is like, this is quite a plan, but I think we're down.
Mm.
And he's like, hey, Sasha, you want to celebrate? And she's like, nah, I'm going to call it a night.
Yeah.
Because she's very obvious, like, I don't like this.
I don't trust this guy anymore.
And we see before this, she and Harcourt, you know, they lock eyes.
hmm
And so she calls Harcourt. They meet at Big Belly Burger. And she's like, we watched so many people die for a fucking prison.
Yeah, they're friends.
Like, we knew those people, respected those people, worked with those people, and they died for what? And Harcourt is like, first of all, you could get court-martialed for telling me this, but
Shit, yeah.
aren't you a metahuman?
Yeah.
Like, you trying to... And she's like, yeah, but that's not what this is. Like, this is wrong regardless
hmm
of me being a metahuman. And so she's like, you know what? I think we could do a little something. And so they go talk to Adebayo. And we're taken back to the date that Peacemaker and Harcourt were on. And again, they're having a good time. They're listening to music. And that song, I thought it was a pretty good song.
Yeah, I agree. A little band. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know, they start to, you know, dance, and then they kiss a little bit, and then Harcourt is like, I'm feeling way too much.
It's so awkward.
Yeah, it's like, I have to go.
Yeah.
Because I don't like feeling feelings. The only feeling I like is pain.
Pain. Getting punched in the face.
And so we see some more great acting from Danielle Brooks. She goes to Key's house.
Yeah.
And they have their final conversation.
hmm
And she's basically like, I have to let you go because I understand that we are not good for each other.
hmm
Like, we have very different goals. We want different things. And if we go with your goals, I will feel trapped. If we go with my goals, you won't be able to handle it.
Yeah.
So I am here to tell you that I finally understand that we can't be together.
Yeah.
Gotta let her go.
Had to let her go.
Gotta let her go.
And it was the hardest thing, but it had to be done.
Yeah.
And then Sasha locates Peacemaker with her clearance, and we see that they say to Economos, like, hey, distract him, and that fails. And so the squad, they go find Peacemaker, and Peacemaker's like, hey, I am a curse. And they're all, I mean, again, Adebayo is just, you know, crying and talking to him.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you are my best friend.
Right.
You are the reason I believe in myself. You have really been somebody that I have needed in my life. You make me feel like there is somebody who loves me, and that is not something I have had.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you are able to give that to me is really important to me. And I'm not able to say that about anybody else,
Mm-hmm.
but you are my one true friend, like my
Right.
best friend in this world. I know that you're Adrian's best friend too, but like really though.
Yeah.
So yeah, they let her go.
Yeah.
They made her cry a lot.
She's really good.
And again, in my opinion, one of the best like made up characters.
Yeah.
So, he asks Harcourt again, and she finally says, "Yes, it meant everything." And so now, he's hyped.
Yeah.
And so a little bit of time goes by. They use the blood money to create this new agency, Checkmate, which Checkmate does exist in the comic books. I am not very familiar with it, but I do
Gotcha.
know that it is an actual agency that exists in DC. And we see that they bring a couple of people with them. We see that Sasha's with them. We see that Flurry is with them. We see that Judo Master's with them. Some of the people who were like, I don't really fuck with what Argus was doing. And I was kind of wondering, like, where was Flurry's squad? Because I figured whenever Klein died, that the other people that were in that original raid squad would have been with him. So Titties and the other dude.
Yeah.
But um whenever I didn't see them, I was like, oh, I guess they still work for Argus. And
Yeah.
then they still work for Argus
Mm.
because Peacemaker is, you know, just getting off a day of work and then he gets, abducted.
Yeah.
And it's obvious that it's Argus who's doing it.
Mm.
And as soon as they put the thing over his head, I was like, I know exactly what's about to happen.
Yeah. It's a
So,
wrap for boy.
yeah, he gets taken to Salvation, and Rick Flag is like, "Thank you so much for signing up for this."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I didn't sign shit." He's like, "Oh no, we got your signature right here." I was like, "Oh, and they did it quote unquote legally."
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like if they had just abducted him and put him there, that's one thing. But the fact that he has paperwork,
Right.
that's where it's like, oh, y'all aren't gonna be able to just get him back. Y'all aren't gonna be able to like just tell on him.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
he,
they got him on that one.
yeah, he did it through the, seemingly legit channels.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then when he gets dropped off, we hear animal noises in the background,
Yeah.
and it's like, uh-oh, he's in the
Yeah.
Savage Lands.
Ugh.
But that's the show.
That's the show.
So again, a very slow burn. It eventually got there.
Yeah.
Um, so by the time it ended, how do we feel about it overall? Just like generally speaking.
It was all right. It was all right. Um, wasn't the best. Season one was better,
I agree.
but it also wasn't the worst. I think it was all right.
Okay.
I think it was above average. I think it was tough because, like I said, season one had the advantage of establishing everybody, so you could be more kind of everything kind of just flowed together because we're not worried about the mission. We're just trying to get to know Peacemaker and all these new characters and all the funniness and stuff of it. Where now it's like, oh, we're going on an actual superhero journey and all the different Earths and stuff. So it was tough. It's not the easiest season to put together, but I do think fell a little flat early on, like you said, slow build. But at the end, I thought they did a pretty good job. The finale could have been a little better, but I think they chose to go a different route than what everybody else was thinking. Like, I think everybody's thinking this is going to lead to him joining that new Earth, and that new Earth is what this new Superman is in. You know what I mean, or something to that degree. But without that, it was tough. So yeah, above average, I would say.
Okay. Um, I think I agree. I don't know that it was as good as season one. It had some really good stuff in it,
Mm-hmm.
but I think overall, I didn't get that same excitement. Like season one got me really, really excited for season two.
Yeah.
But I don't know that those two things matched exactly.
Right. Same.
So I am excited for a season three just because I want to see like what happens, where we go, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
not the way that I was excited for season two after watching season one.
well, you might want to cut that excitement short because they've already said there's no season three.
That's fine. And that's fine because there's a whole DCU.
Yeah, I
So,
think they're going to be somewhere else.
yeah, like even if we don't get a season three, this story can still continue.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see where he pops up again.
yeah, like we'll see because it may be some other movies, it may be some other TV show that he pops up in, but yeah, like would I would be shocked if this is the last time we see these characters again.
Yeah. No.
But there not being a season three, like based on this season, I don't hate that.
Yeah. I think they're going to transition into a different show about maybe somebody else, but they're just like part of it or something like that. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, so I'm pretty okay with it. Um, so Jordan, scale of 1 to 10.
You know, I was leaning 6.5, but I'm feeling like a 7, and there's no in between. I'm gonna probably go. We'll go 6.5.
Mm.
Okay, Brandon, what do you
Uh,
think?
I'm gonna go 7 just because that episode 7, I think it was either episode 6 or 7, was amazing to the point to where I was just like, he's carrying the show on his back. But I thought it was a lot of other solid episodes as well. So 7.
Okay, I I'm gonna go with a 7, but it's more like a really high 6.
Got it. Yeah.
I know it was like a 6.8 to me, but it's like there's
Yeah,
no in between. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
it's a high 6, but I'm gonna go 7 because yeah, there were some really good things in it.
Mm.
There was some comedy that fell flat, but for the most part, it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that there is some more they could have done potentially,
Yeah.
but I there are a lot of things that I was very happy with in
Yeah.
this. So I think I'm happy going with a 7. But yeah, like I said, it's more like a high 6.
Gotcha.
So
Makes sense.
yeah. It does have me, kind of looking forward to what else we're gonna get from the DCU,
Mm-hmm.
but that would be the case anyway.
True.
Like, I still trust James Gunn. I still do not feel let down. So, since we're talking about James Gunn, uh, would you rather rewatch Creature Commandos or rewatch this?
This.
I would say Creature Commando for me.
Okay.
I'd rather watch this.
Okay.
It's a good question.
Yeah, because I feel like they're kind of in the same range.
Yeah.
They're both like solid,
Mm.
not excellent,
Yeah.
but like, pretty good.
Mm.
I think I'd rather rewatch this, um, mainly because I care about these characters more.
Yeah. It's
And,
true.
this is the second season, so
Yeah.
but
John
yeah, like
Cena is a big
I'd
part
I'd
of it.
rather watch John Cena and Adebayo and Vigilante and Harcourt
Right.
on their
Same.
adventures.
Really good ensemble cast.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, yeah. And, Sasha.
Of course.
Yeah.
What we talking about?
Yeah. And Flurry. He was great. I liked him.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Well, anything else on that one?
Um, I don't think so. I think that we're just gonna have to see what else the DCU brings us. I still
What
believe in
is
James
next?
Gunn.
What's next for DC?
I do not the Green Lantern show? That was next?
Kind of. I don't know if there's like confirmed dates. I think for the year, maybe. I don't know, like confirmed dates. So, I mean, I'm sure they got something up in 2026, but we shall see.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
I have
can't.
no idea what's happening.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
should probably figure that out, but I I feel like there's supposed to be a Waller show. I don't know when that'll happen, but yeah.
Yeah, they've kind of moved some things around, but I know Green Lantern is probably up next, but we'll see.
That's my thought also, because there are a lot of like I've heard about a lot of projects, but I don't know like what order or like because I know they're supposed to do a Supergirl one.
Yeah,
Um,
that might be next. Actually, the end of this year, I think. Maybe.
I know they've talked about a Booster Gold show.
Yeah,
I know that there's going to be a Lantern. I don't know if Booster Gold's going to be a show or a movie. But yeah, I know there's a Lanterns thing. So yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
I heard that they're going to do something with the Authority,
that is
Oh yeah, I
true.
heard about that too. Yeah.
but I don't know the order. So I just know that all of these things are supposed to happen.
Yeah,
But yeah, so I guess we'll just see what happens next, and we'll review it if we can.
Yeah. And with that being said, we're never duplicated.
always appreciate it.
And forever melanated.